How do we trade or invest at this point in time? Let's ask our market master for the morning. UR Bhatt, Director, Dalton Capital Advisors, joins us in the studio. Mr. Bhatt, good morning and thank you very much for dropping by.
Good morning.
The big question really is, do we buy now or will we regret it because things could get a lot worse? Do you think there is that possibility?
Well, there is a possibility that things can get worse, but equally there is a good possibility that things can resolve themselves also. Because as far as the Indian market is concerned, I think the quarterly results are over, March quarter results are over. Now we have to really, and monsoon is a big imponderable, but generally it looks like as if it will not be a disaster. So that being the case, I think there is not so much of news. Parliament is also now closed, so therefore there is not so much of news flow here. So the market will probably take direction from the international cues, and that is where you have things like Greece. If it gets solved, I think that could be a positive. If the Iran deal happens, that is another positive. There could also be negatives in terms of further bad news from China. Maybe Ukraine can.
US yields are a persistent problem.
Which one?
US yields.
Yeah, US yields are a problem. I think that is sort of swung the other end, and I think now it's sort of coming back to equilibrium.
Okay.
But that is certainly a problem. So I think these are the ones that will give cues to the market. But unless there is some huge catastrophe, I don't see the market really settling down much below 8,000.
Okay, so you don't see the market settling much below 8,000. Mr. Bhatt, what do you do as a retail investor now? I mean, do you buy now? Do you wait for a bit? And do you continue to increase your, your investments into mutual funds? Because that's the route that most retail investors have started taking in the last 6 to 8 months.
Well, I think retail investors should really invest with a 2 to 3 year horizon, and this is the best of times for them to do it. I don't think they can time the market very well, and 200, 300 points here or there should not matter so much if you've got a 3 year view. And given the momentum that has been created over the last 1 year in the economic decision making apparatus, I think one should really take a bet on the next 2 3 years that things will change, and so therefore markets will do very well.
So the 3 year bullish view has not changed because of the slowdown we've seen in earnings and reform momentum?
Not at all. This is always expected. It might have been slightly worse than expected, but still I think this is sort of nearly the bottom, and things should start looking up now.
Okay. Have you been watching the way the rupee has depreciated in the past few weeks? Now we are getting calls on the other side. The modest view is 65. There is a 66 view and a technical view of 68. I guess the 68 view is over a couple of years. What's your sense? Is consensus right?
Yeah, I think so, because rupee depreciation is always, if you have seen, a step function.
Yes.
So it is sort of lulls into
it is the normal
sleep for some time, and suddenly it comes. And of course, rupee is overvalued. There is no argument on that, and exports are suffering. So therefore, it's time that rupee makes a correction, one-time correction, and settles around the levels, the consensus view.
Okay. So what's the stock view therefore? Will IT form a slightly larger portion of your portfolio, at least with a 2 year horizon?
With a 2 year horizon, maybe. I think you should be slightly more than neutral, not aggressively overweight, for the reason that the valuations are not really corrected as much as the growth rates have suffered. The growth rates are not, barely double digits. They were all 25-30% some time ago, and the valuations are not really reflected that in at least large cap space. So I think it will probably correct through a time correction. So therefore, there may not be a great hurry to buy, go aggressively overweight, but I think one should be at least neutral to marginal overweight.
Okay. I just wanted one view from you on the global setup as well. In the last 6 to 8 months, there was abundant global liquidity. Do you think some amount of that liquidity has receded?
Well, I think the US liquidity machine has sort of dried down, but Europe is continuing, and there is hope that China might continue. China might indulge in that again. Japan, of course, continues to do that. So therefore, I think on the whole there might have been some reduction in liquidity, but it's not a whole lot less. So therefore, expectation in terms of inflows into India on account of liquidity might be a bit muted, but not dramatically lower.
Okay. In the earnings season, was there any standout performer? Anything to want you to adjust your portfolio?
Well, I think private sector banks have given a very good account of themselves. They were the stars of the quarterly results. They have been able to manage earnings growth as also quality of their assets. So I think there is something more than just chance there. There's really some skill. I think one needs to reward in terms of performance and better valuation there.
Even the FMCG space was not so bad. I mean, Emami, Dabur, HUL, all of them delivered good numbers.
Yeah.
Would you buy there, or do you think rural slowdown will hit them hard in the quarters to come?
I think rural slowdown will certainly have an impact, and they are not exactly cheap. So therefore, I don't think one can go aggressive on those things.
Okay, so other than private sector financials, what's your... Okay, private sector financials I shouldn't be saying. Private sector banks, you said. What about the financials really? NBFCs, they've suffered lately because the yields have started rising.
Yeah, I think NBFCs have given a reasonably good account of themselves. The housing finance companies have done reasonably all right.
Of course.
The other NBFCs also are sort of more or less on the same page as private sector banks. It is the public sector banks that have been the biggest disappointment.
Okay, you won't touch any. I mean, we saw the odd Bank of Baroda with good numbers, the Union Bank, where the asset quality didn't erode as much.
I don't think there is any hurry in buying into them. I think the government has to sort out lots of big issues there. I think once that happens, once there is some clarity on that, then I think one can take a look.
Okay. Another pocket that has had good set of numbers is the commercial vehicle space, whether it's Ashok Leyland or even, you know, some of these other players like Eicher Motors, etc. You think the valuations have run up there as well and you would stay away, or is it still good to go?
I think valuations are a bit expensive there, a bit stretched. But, I mean, it's the early signs of an economic recovery if one reads into it. So, therefore, I think one can take better proxies than these things directly.
Okay. So, which are those better proxies?
Yeah, exactly. We only got private sector financials from you.
I think capital goods, engineering, these are the ones which will be the beneficiaries of an improving economic environment.
And, sorry?
And engineering, generally engineering. I think these are the two sectors where there are, I think, pockets of value there and one could look at them.
So you mean the L&Ts, the Voltas, Cromptons, Buildcons, that variety of stocks?
Yeah, the engineering ones, yes. Really.
Okay, you wouldn't go to the road builders. I mean, what I'm trying to get is, you know...
Road builders, I think there is a lot of opportunity there, but I think these companies which are listed in the listed space, they don't have the economic muscle, the financial muscle to sort of capture the opportunities there. I think someone big has to come and do this. The ones who are listed, they are absolutely highly leveraged, so therefore they may not have the muscle to take on all the orders that are going to come.
So not road contractors, you still prefer the pure capital good engineering place?
Capital goods engineering, yeah.
Okay. What about cement? That's the one place we didn't discuss.
Well, it should have done better than what I think the results suggested. But I think they really don't have pricing power as of now. Because I think it might be another quarter or two when actually the economic recovery shows up in terms of new investments. That is when I think they will start doing well. There might be either a time or a slight price correction there in the next quarter or so. I think one could wait it out.
All right, Mr. Bhatt, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for joining us. Well, that's the word coming in on the market.